As the final rays of the sun danced across the sky, casting a golden glow over the ancient stone walls, the heavy door of the university's library closed with a whisper, enveloping two shadows that ventured deeper within. Jack and Tom, two young and curious scholars, found solace in the dusty corridors of this grand repository of knowledge. Their hearts beat with the thrill of discovery as they descended the narrow, winding staircase that led to the library's basement, a place whispered about in hushed tones. The air grew cooler, tinged with the scent of old parchment and damp stone. At the end of the dimly lit corridor stood a heavy wooden door, slightly ajar, as if inviting them into the unknown. It was said that artifacts from recent excavations were stored here, yet none had been revealed to the public. The door, usually locked tight, now stood open, perhaps due to the constant influx of new discoveries. Inside the room, the flickering light of an ancient chandelier cast eerie shadows on the walls lined with shelves of dusty tomes. Among these, one book caught their eye. It lay on a solitary pedestal, its cover adorned with intricate symbols that seemed to shift and shimmer as they approached. The pages, yellowed with age, held text that was faint and appeared to be written over multiple times. "This is incredible," whispered Jack, his fingers tracing the elaborate designs. "It looks like something straight out of a fantasy novel." Tom nodded, his eyes wide with wonder. "But look here, Jack. Some of these descriptions, they match real places. Like this forest, it's almost identical to the one just outside of town." Their curiosity piqued, they decided to take the book home. That evening, under the warm glow of a desk lamp, they pored over its pages. The stories within seemed fantastical, filled with tales of ancient magic and futuristic technology, yet there were too many coincidences for it all to be fiction. One story, in particular, spoke of a mystical forest and a hidden temple that piqued their adventurous spirits. With a sense of purpose, they packed their bags, ensuring they had all the essentials for a journey into the unknown. As dawn broke, they set out towards the forest described in the book, guided by a sense of destiny. The forest was a place of ancient beauty, with towering trees whose leaves whispered secrets in the wind. The path became less distinct as they ventured deeper, the air growing thick with the scent of pine and earth. Suddenly, they stumbled upon an old stone archway, covered in moss and vines, just as the book had described. The archway stood as a silent sentinel, guarding the entrance to another realm. Without a second thought, they stepped through. The world around them shimmered and shifted. The air grew colder, the trees taller and more menacing. They realized, with a mix of awe and fear, that they had passed through a portal, transporting them back in time. Everything felt raw and untamed, as if they had stepped into a primordial version of the forest. Their phones were dead, and all modern conveniences seemed to have forsaken them. They needed to document their journey, and quickly. They found an ancient temple, its entrance hidden beneath the roots of a colossal tree. Inside, they discovered dusty scrolls and old ink pots. With no other option, they began to write, recording every detail of their surreal adventure. As they explored further, they encountered fantastical creatures, some friendly, others dangerous. A massive stag, its antlers glowing with an ethereal light, guided them through the forest one moment, while in another, they faced a fierce dragon-like creature guarding a hidden cave. The forest was alive with magic, every shadow and whisper hinting at ancient secrets. One evening, they were drawn to the sound of melodic chanting echoing through the trees. Following the sound, they came upon a circle of druids performing a ritual under the light of a full moon. The druids, initially wary of the intruders, eventually welcomed them and shared ancient knowledge of the forest and the portal. In the heart of the temple, they met the spirit of an ancient wizard. His voice echoed in the silent hall, revealing secrets of the past and the nature of the portal they had crossed. He provided them with a cryptic riddle, the key to finding their way back to their own time. The wizard's riddle led them on a series of trials, each more perilous than the last. They navigated through treacherous swamps, deciphered ancient runes, and faced mythical creatures that tested their resolve. At one point, they found themselves trapped in a labyrinth of shifting trees, where the walls moved like living entities, attempting to ensnare them. It was only through their combined wit and bravery that they escaped. In a particularly harrowing moment, they had to cross a river guarded by a water spirit. The spirit, a guardian of the forest's secrets, demanded a tribute. With quick thinking, Jack offered a personal memento, a compass given to him by his grandfather, symbolizing their dedication to their quest. The spirit accepted and allowed them safe passage. Their journey brought them to the base of a towering cliff, where the entrance to a hidden cave lay obscured by ancient carvings. Inside, they discovered the final clue, an inscription detailing the spell needed to open the portal home. The spell required rare ingredients scattered throughout the forest: moonflowers that only bloomed under a blue moon, feathers from a phoenix, and the tears of a nymph. Gathering these ingredients was no small feat. They braved the heights of the tallest trees, faced the burning heat of a phoenix's nest, and earned the trust of a shy nymph who had hidden herself in a secluded glade. With each challenge, their bond grew stronger, and their determination unwavering. At last, they stood before the portal, ingredients in hand. Reciting the ancient spell, they watched as the portal shimmered to life, a swirling vortex of light and shadow. As they stepped through, they felt the familiar pull of time realigning around them, the forest fading and their modern world re-emerging. Back in their time, the forest seemed unchanged, yet the town was in an uproar. Authorities were searching for them, their homes had been ransacked, and the mysterious book was confiscated. They were accused of stealing an ancient artifact. During their interrogation, the book was placed before them. To their astonishment, the faint writing that had initially intrigued them now revealed their own notes and drawings. They had written the book during their time in the past. "Who knows?" Tom said quietly, as they stared at the book. "Perhaps those faint writings were ours all along. Maybe this isn't even the first time we've been to that forest." Jack nodded, a chill running down his spine. "Maybe this was our third time, and we just don't remember."